Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Do you want a chip-chipperoo? Come on, let's go and play. You don't know what that is?
Is it Frozen?
Yeah. Come
We're not
on.
a Frozen family.
We're not, and I don't know why that popped into my head.
Can you please just tell our Frozen 2 story?
Yes. So Skylar and I were invited to go to a screening of Frozen 2 when it was coming out. And sitting in front of us...
It's like all these influencers are there. It's like industry people. We're like nobody there. So we just like sneak in.
Yeah, we like to sneak in. We love going to those events and kind of like just...
Watching.
We don't understand why we get invited sometimes.
Influencers in the wild.
Yeah. And sitting in front of us was Bai Ling, who I haven't seen around too much, but she was in a lot of stuff, probably like early 2000s-ish.
Big stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And she had like she was on what's considered probably the worst episode of Lost, but well, you know.
She is?
Yes. The one about Jack's tattoos.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So Max says to me, that's a famous actress. And I was like, oh. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to eavesdrop now. First thing was no one was allowed to bring their phone in. We had to give our phones over. Like, you know how much Disney protects their properties. So we're sitting there phoneless. She has somehow managed to get her phone in.
And like no shame. Like she whips her phone out. She's taking pictures of the screen. I think just posting stories on her Instagram about being at the Frozen 2 like screening.
It's like whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's sitting next to this suburban mom. Okay. Just a suburban mom who has probably had Frozen playing in her car for like ever. And so she's just talking to this mom and she's like, what movie is this? And the mom's like, Frozen 2. And
it's by the way, there's a big, on the screen, it's just a still photo of like Frozen 2 with all the characters on it.
And she's like, is this animation? And the mom's like, yeah. And she's like, I can't even remember the questions.
I think she asked if it was a sequel.
It was so...
And she had never seen the first one.
I just love... Like, I think we've all been trying to escape Frozen in some way, and it was so new and fresh to her, and that's our story. When you don't have your phone, you get to eavesdrop on actresses, and it's super fun.
Yeah, we should all get off our phones and eavesdrop on actresses more.
I love eavesdropping.
You're really good at it.
Am I good at it or bad at it?
No, you're really good at it because... I'll be like, we'll be out somewhere, we'll be having a conversation, and you'll somehow be listening to the conversation like 2 tables over or something, and still managing to listen to me and report back on both, which is something special. I could never, I could barely pay attention to our conversations.
That is true.
Okay, that's enough. We've already gone on a tangent. We haven't even started this podcast yet.
Oh my gosh, that one person who DM'd us would be so mad.
That person's long gone, I promise you.
I know, she unsubscribed. She already told us.
Yeah, thank you for messaging us to tell us that. We appreciate it. Anyway, before we get into anything, we have a new patron to thank. We have a new patron to burger pun their names. So we would like to thank Jeffrey Hutton. Jeffrey, thank you for joining us. You're already such a great addition to our Discord. You were welcomed with open arms with our community.
Also... Jeff.
Oh, yes.
I had to say it. Jeff.
Yeah.
Just may be making a Linda cosplay appearance on our TikTok soon. I'm so excited. Okay, keep going.
I just want to say while we're just like talking about Patreon real quick before I do Jeffrey's name here, that this is my completely unbiased opinion, obviously, but we have the best patrons of all the patrons on Patreon.
Yes,
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Anyway,
correct.
I don't want to talk too much more about that. Jeffrey Hutton, moving forward, you will be known as the Jeff Freeze-Dried Mutton Burger. I don't know what goes into making that burger, but...
I feel like this would be like a weird, like, $300 burger at some, like, fancy schmancy foodie place.
Yeah, or something that, like, the astronauts eat.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, and sometimes, the fancy schmancy places are like, the astronauts eat this. Pay extra. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. We've spoken already too much about our Patreon. We would love to have you join us there. $5 to subscribe and get your name Burger Punned on the podcast here, and also with a whole bunch of other stuff. Lots of bonus episodes for you to go through.
A real life community of people to chit chat with.
That's thriving. We're having a blast over there. Skylar and I pop in there all the time to chit chat, but we don't even need to. Everyone's just enjoying themselves.
Bob's burgering.
That's enough of that, don't you think?
We have an episode to chat about.
We do.
But first,
we've got to play a Bob pun or Max pun. Are you ready for your first pun, Skylar?
I'm ready.
Your first pun is the I'll live, laugh, love burger.
Max?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's our podcast. It's our tangents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Max and I stayed in a Airbnb in New Orleans, and on my Instagram story, I did a poll, like, how many live, laugh, love signs do you think are in this place? There was like over 9.
Yeah, it was like on every single wall.
They
had
didn't
at least
all say live, laugh, love, but it was like
that style. Like,
enjoy your life.
Yeah. Life's a beach. You know, just those kind of signs you'll see.
It was great.
That you buy, you swipe up in the Bed Bath & Beyond art section. Are you ready for your next pun?
Yep.
Give peas a chance burger.
Bob.
Max.
I love that one.
Your next pun is the absentee shallot burger. Comes with crispy shallots.
I love a crispy shallot moment. I don't get the pun.
Absentee ballot.
I was like, absentee parent? That doesn't rhyme with shallot.
It does not.
Max.
Bob.
Wow. We have our ballot sitting right there, so I thought it was in your mind.
And I knew you would think that. That's why I chose that one.
Oh my gosh.
And your final pun is the day the earth stood still.
Bob.
Max.
Okay,
Not
I don't
a
want to
good
talk
showing
about
for
I
you.
don't want to talk about
At least you got that first I'll live, laugh, love.
I love olives.
Maybe we should make a shirt that says I'll live, laugh, love.
Oh, like
on
a
the board.
Bob thing.
Yeah.
That's cute.
We'll discuss it. But for now, I think we should get in this episode. What do you think?
I think we should, but I want to pitch you an idea.
Okay.
How would you feel about every episode I share a random fun fact about Bob's Burgers that does not fit in with the episode we're talking about? Okay.
Absolutely.
Will you come up with like a fun name for it?
Right now?
No, you don't have to right now. Like
Okay.
you can get back to me.
Okay.
Just ping me. Circle back.
We'll come up with something. Okay.
If anyone can do this, you can. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 just because I had such a poor showing of those puns and I need to redeem myself.
Do it.
The first one I'm telling you just is to make me feel less stupid. At the beginning of this podcast, we had just started watching Bob's Burgers. We were little baby, naive Bob Burgers fans. And I really thought that the show was placed in San Francisco or Southern California. I was sure of it. But then later, obviously, we find out that it's 100% New Jersey. But I feel better because the show was supposed to be set in San Francisco. So when they were doing all the mock-ups for the show, it looks like San Francisco. I mean, the Bob's Burgers buildings, it doesn't get more San Francisco than that.
Absolutely. It totally looks like San Francisco.
And Lauren Bouchard was living in San Francisco at the time. So let me tell you why they changed the location to the East Coast. Y'all know we've talked about it before, but John Roberts was discovered in his YouTube videos and he was cast as Linda, but this accent he was using mimicked his mom and it is a 100% East Coast accent. So by casting John Roberts, the whole show was moved to the East Coast. Isn't that fun?
That's crazy. Especially because like you don't need people could move, you know, like you don't have to explain an accent
That's true. Okay.
Look, when you cast Arnold Schwarzenegger in like Jingle All the Way with the heaviest accent of all time, and there's no like question about
questions
how he's living in the suburbs, and that's fine. Like,
I probably never would have thought anything of it.
It's interesting because San Francisco is on the water.
Yeah.
Similarly to, its peers over there too. You're just kind of flipping it around.
Yeah, they just flip. I like that they've committed to it, that they're not like wobbly about it now,
Totally.
though.
I don't think it's like Springfield on The Simpsons where you don't know specifically where Springfield is. It could be, I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's like a generic Springfield.
Got it.
I don't know if it's like Illinois. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sorry. This is not a Simpsons podcast.
This is not a Simpsons podcast.
Yeah.
So my second little fun fact for you is I bet you have been watching a million episodes of Bob's Burgers and have never realized the Gilligan's Island reference staring you right in the face.
Gilligan's Island. No, I have not.
So obviously we know that Linda's friend is named Ginger.
Oh.
But that's not it.
Uh-huh. Oh.
The woman who plays Ginger on Gilligan's Island, do you know her name?
I should know her name, but I can't remember it.
Tina Louise.
Oh, yes. Okay, I remembered that Tina Louise were both named after Tina Louise, but...
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's it. That's my little segment that is not named.
We will get a name for it. We'll have more of those. Those were very fun. I think we should get into the episode now.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for Season 6, Episode 7, please?
The title is The Jean and Courtney Show. It's Valentine's Day, and Bob has totally pre-ordered 250 carnations for Tina's V-Day fundraiser called Donations for Carnations. Actually, no, he hasn't. But Tina's got bigger things to worry about, like how no one has bought her a single carnation and how she accidentally, manically, ripped open every carnation card her classmates wrote. But not to worry, Linda's on it. She'll just have to match up each card in each envelope by the handwriting. Meanwhile, Jean and Courtney take over the daily announcements from Mrs. LeBon's, but soon it's their relationship that takes over the announcements. Can love and work coexist? Jean and Courtney are about to find out.
This episode came out on February 14th, 2016. It was written by Rich Rinaldi and directed by Chris Song, leading me into my first fun fact.
Ooh.
February 14th. This is the first holiday-themed episode to air on the holiday that was being celebrated.
That would have been the perfect Valentine's Day for us.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, this has one of the best Bob-Linda relationship moments. We're skipping to the end.
Oh, yes.
Their Valentine's interaction, which we should probably play.
Yes.
But I feel like any long-term realistic couple understands that completely.
Well,
And-
understands what?
Their interaction, just play it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Teddy helped you get some last-minute flowers?
Yeah, trouble with the cards?
Yep.
Happy Valentine's Day. I didn't get you anything.
I didn't get you anything either. You want to go make out?
Yeah.
One of the best moments of the show.
It's so good.
And yeah, it's just something we can all relate to, I feel like.
And I just have to say, my heart for both of these parents and what they did for their children in this episode, I mean, that's the biggest love in this Valentine's Day episode to me.
The most important love in this Valentine's episode.
Bob trying to find those carnations was hysterical. And them both hiding their mistakes from each other is hysterical to me. Do you want to talk about this episode as a whole?
Yes, I would love to. Jean and Courtney, they're back together. They're
the title of the episode.
Yeah, they have found their way back to each other through music. We know Jean loves music. We know Courtney comes from a musical family.
Mm-hmm.
And their first foray into like music together and relationshiping did not work out.
Jean was using her.
Yeah. Now they find a little magic. They work well together.
Yep.
People are loving them together.
Yep.
They start to love each other together. but realized that sometimes you can't work together and love each other, unlike you and me. We found here that
we found the balance.
Yeah. Like Skylar and I are holding hands right now, like Gene and Courtney.
Yeah, I also have my necklace in my mouth.
Yeah. I always have to pull it out before we start recording, just to remind you.
Okay, just tell me. Do you like Courtney?
I do like Courtney. I think it's really well done because she's annoying and she's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah.
But I love the character. I think David Wayne's performance is hilarious. And I get excited when I see her in an episode. I think she's fun. I had our friend Paul, who makes the incredible figures, make me a Courtney figure.
And her necklace is in her mouth, y'all.
Yeah.
It is amazing. So you like this storyline? I
do like a storyline. I love watching them do the morning announcements together. I think it's a pretty good episode overall because I love the B story too.
Super strong episode. I like the B story and I like the runner, which I think would be Bob's Carnations. I like Tina's storyline because it's so teen.
It's so Tina.
It's so Tina.
Yeah.
It is so Tina. I love the Valentine's Day middle school angst. That feels very familiar to me. And
Did you have something like this in your school where you where they bought flowers or like secret things?
No. I went to a Montessori school through middle school, and it was a lot about like fairness and sharing. And so we did the whole like you have to get everyone a Valentine's Day thing. So no, we didn't have any none for you Glen Coco candy cane moments at my school. I feel like that would be horrible. I think I would feel like Tina.
Yeah, sure.
Or someone would.
It can be, yeah. We had like, I think it was C's candies. Those little like, those C's candies that are like chocolate bricks kind of on the end of a stick.
Yeah.
I think that's what we did. And it was similar to that. You can buy them and send them anonymously to your little crush if you wanted to.
That would be exciting. I love a good, like, who's crushing on who moment. I also think Tina's outfit here is iconic. Her little diaper and wings is hysterical. I think it would make a great Halloween costume.
Which we see Gene in eventually.
A version of it.
In the episode where they kind of convert the restaurant into a Valentine's Day.
Beautiful, fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually really, really love this episode. I think it's really good.
We just watched it again recently. Did we watch it for
we did
Valentine's Day, or
did we? Patreon, we rounded up. We did a ranking of all the Valentine's Day episodes, so that's why it's so fresh to us.
Yeah, go over there and if you want to see where it ranks.
Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. The Gene and Courtney storyline, 1. This is probably besides the Carly Simon moment, Miss LeBon's is really funny to me here. This is one of the times where I really, really, really enjoy her. Her competitiveness with the kids, her bringing in Miss Merkin, her trying to step up her game. I think this is a great episode for her.
Her pulling out the last minute announcements from her brassiere.
Oh, yeah. If anyone's going to pull something out of their brassiere,
it's Miss LeBon's.
It's Miss LeBon's.
Sure.
She probably has a pack of cigarettes in there.
Yeah. And we get Mr. Grant back, and I'll take Will Forte in any form on any show whenever I can.
Yes. So we also get so many iconic moments here. I think every Valentine's Day, you see Tina with her carnation booth everywhere. We get Zeke crying when Gene is performing his love song, which, by the way, is a very lovely written song. Gene is genuinely talented.
100%. And this is one of my favorite Zeke moments. This is I had already been a fan of Zeke at this point during like our first watch.
Yeah.
But this one I was like, this guy's got a really good heart. This guy, should we listen to that clip too?
100%. I think that if we're quoting Zeke around the house, this is what we're quoting.
He got me. Ah, I'm doing it. God, I'm crying. Oh, boy, I'm weeping. These are tears, boys. Yes. Oh.
These are tears, boys. My favorite. I'm weeping.
Love that. I love him. I just love this episode. Also, I am here for a flower moment.
Anything else about this episode? Do you want some fun facts from it?
I want all the fun facts, and I just want to say that I love this episode, and I think it's a very strong Valentine's Day episode.
Because here's one of the... Oh, sorry.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
we have such a big announcement.
Oh. Okay, what? I have no idea what we can do. What's going on here?
Uvula Watch 20.
Oh, I was getting to that.
Oh, okay. I spoiled it.
We'll skip to it.
Okay, tell us.
Dun dun dun. Uvula Watch 2022. We get the first and so far, I believe, only speaking appearance of Jean's teacher, Miss Twitchell, in this episode.
Okay.
We get some Uvula action from Miss Twitchell. Out of all the characters, we've had Louise and Gail, and now Miss Twitchell.
Now, is this the third episode? No.
This might be the fourth Uvula we've seen.
This is a Uvula heavy series.
Okay, this is the fourth time we've seen a Uvula, only the third Uvula we've seen.
What?
Because it was Louise, Gail, Louise.
Oh.
And now it's Miss Twitchell.
Now, I can say we are the only Bob's Burgers content creators that have a Uvula watch. And if that's not reason enough to stick with us, I don't know what is.
That's the best reason. We are pointing out all the Uvulas on this show.
It took them almost 6 full seasons to get a Uvula in there.
Yeah.
And
now they're here like crazy. I bet we're going to see.
They're not turning back.
I mean, the movie's out now, so we know, but I wonder how many Uvulas we get in the movie.
Do you want to make a bet? I think
you want to do an over-under for the movie?
I want to do a Uvula over-under.
Okay.
3 is the over-under.
That's a good number.
I'll let you pick first.
I'm going to go over 3.
All right. Now we're going to have to go see the movie multiple times because I need to enjoy it first, and then we'll go back and count the Uvulas.
We weren't going to do that anyway.
All right.
This has been Uvula Watch 2022. One of the reasons it's a fabulous Valentine's episode is the ending where Tina gets kind of what she's always wanted, or what she wanted all day long. And this is the third time we've seen Tina and Jimmy Jr. kiss.
I knew there was something else we needed to discuss. It's a probably top 3 genuine sweet moments between the two of them.
We've given Jimmy Jr. a very hard time on this podcast with how he treats Tina. We've had a whole Patreon episode about him secretly being in love with Zeke. We're talking about Patreon a lot, but patreon.com/Bob's Credits. Come on.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. This is a wonderful moment. I love that the only reason he didn't get her something in advance was because she was the one selling them.
She was always at the table.
He wanted to surprise her.
It's very sweet.
And she got a rose, not a carnation.
That's so sweet. I will say, I think both and I are pretty solid on our theory, which is that I don't think that Jimmy Jr. is attracted to her, but I also want to leave room for a lot of flexibility. I don't think kids have to or truly understand all their feelings. And I think this is a moment where he genuinely appreciates and shows some love for Tina.
I 100% agree. I want to say that I don't think he doesn't like her, or he doesn't have certain feelings towards her.
So you think there are romantic feelings there?
I think, like you just said, it's complicated and confusing, and when you're growing up, you're learning all sorts of things, and
I agree.
I just think it works.
This moment's really nice.
My last fun fact I have for you is that this is the first time the pedophile, the flower shop across the street.
I was like, say what?
Yeah, it's an interesting. I think it was a funny pun name that they did not maybe expect to keep going for a while.
Right, because this is an actual flower shop.
The pedophile is, this is the first time it's visited by a character, and we get to go inside with Bob and see what it's like in there.
I love it. The character had like this frilly pink shirt on. It was lovely.
Those are all the fun facts I have for you. Unless you want to say something else, I think we should get into these end credits.
I mean, we've said our uvula bit, so I mean, by all means, we can move on.
The uvula is a bit. It's a wobbly bit. Okay.
And
wobbly
bit
bits have come
podcast.
back. Okay. The last moment is going to be that moment we were talking about with Jimmy and Tina before we get into the end credits.
Oh.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, Jimmy Jr.
I got this for you.
A rose?
I wanted to get you a carnation, but you were always at the table, and I didn't know how to order for the... Okay.
That's the best reason to not give to a charitable cause that I've ever heard.
Oh. will say, though, Tina definitely kisses Jimmy, and there is no feedback. There is no physical feedback.
Good point.
I'm
okay.
just gonna put it there.
That just adds to the whole
complexity of it.
Yes.
The rose is definitely okay. You guys get what we're saying. Let's move on.
So that takes us into the end credits where we hear this kind of like funk music. And what's going on the screen, Skylar? Tell us.
All right, we have the classic kitchen scene. The girls are prepping, Bob is prepping, and Courtney, with her necklace in her mouth next to Jean, they are dancing. And
So
it is
cute.
joyful.
So I love the dance moves Courtney is doing at the beginning of these end credits.
I'm just going to say something I feel very strongly about. Watching her dance is the most I've ever liked Courtney.
I agree. If she's like not talking.
And these dance moves are for real.
I agree. She's one of the best dancers we've had in the end credit sequence.
And
I'm going to go that far.
What were we talking about the other day? Oh, I love you so much. It's scary how like authentic the characters are being to themselves. Like they're fine if they're not putting on a show for anyone. I feel like this is Courtney in her most authentic self, and I like her.
I do too. I'm with you. And this funk song we're hearing, we haven't gotten any lyrics just yet, but it's going to be a funk version of Hot Ham and Cheese Day, the song that Jean and Courtney wrote.
One of my favorites.
Hot Ham and Cheese Day. Let's listen a bit more.
Ham and cheese, hey! Hot ham and cheese, hey! Throw your sack lunches away!
What happened there, Skylar? Jean and
Okay.
Courtney are continuing to dance.
So Miss LeBon's, she goes from the right of the screen to the left of the screen through the window, and she's dancing. She is in a good mood. Now, where did we end the plot? Is she happy because she's got the morning announcements back?
I think she appreciated how good they were at it,
Oh,
from what I remember.
character growth.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's in a good mood.
Mhm.
I don't know why she's at the restaurant, but we'll discuss later.
And Linda kind of like crosses past her and to pick up the burger in the window.
Mhm.
She's not doing anything different. Aside from Jean, the whole family's doing what they typically do in the end credit sequence, in the generic sequence.
Yeah, they're not paying attention to this dancing at all. This really feels like besides the characters back there, because we'll get some more, spoiler alert, this really feels to me like, oh God, Jean has a girlfriend and she's going to be hanging out here. Just let him do his thing. Like, can't you just see the family like, we're prepping burgers, they're dancing, because of course they are.
Yeah, totally. And Jean and Courtney have kind of moved to different dance moves at this point. Jean's kind of doing like, I'd say like airplane wing arms, but like snaky.
I love it.
And Courtney is... what was she doing
Courtney
here?
looks like a Peanut character
She does.
during this dance move.
Yeah.
So her first move was like arms to the side.
Yeah. Like she was shaking... it's almost like she's shaking maracas without maracas in her hand.
Yeah.
And then doing like the... what would you call this?
A fist pump, like a bro,
With the
like
chest.
pump up the beat.
Yeah.
And
And then she moves into like, yeah, she looks like a Peanuts character with her face up in
Her
the
chin
air.
tilted
and
up.
she's doing like a hip sway.
swing, her hands down by her sides.
Ham and cheese day, hot and steamy ham and cheese. Ham and cheese, oh baby.
I want to say that every time there's a ham and cheese day, they Jean and Courtney both like shoot their hands out and do like jazz fingers of
Love
some
it.
sort, jazz hands of some sort.
And I think, is it correct that Courtney's eyes are closed? I think that might be my favorite part.
Yeah.
She is so into this, and I love it.
And what happens in the service window at this point?
Miss Merkin, maybe one of the most underrated characters on the show, is just dancing by, and she is much, much shorter than Miss LeBon's.
Yeah, she's you probably just see from like her mouth up.
That would be me.
Yeah, I think the only one who's like been shorter going by is maybe Louise.
Yeah.
And she's emphasizing the day too. So everyone
And
is
she
kind of
does
like
spirit fingers.
yeah, throwing their hands up on the day. Exclamation.
Throw your sack lunches away.
Throw your
And
sack
that's really it.
lunches away.
Yeah. So you want to hear all the lyrics to Hot Ham and Cheese Day?
Would love it.
It's hot. Here we go. We're hot. That's it. You know it. Hot ham and cheese day, hot ham and cheese day. Throw your sack lunches away because it's hot ham and cheese day. Hot and steamy ham and cheese. Hot ham and cheese day, hot ham and cheese day. Oh, baby, because it's hot. Throw your sack lunches away. Oh, yeah.
The steamy makes me lose my appetite.
You don't want steamy ham.
No, because now I feel like it's sweating.
Mm-hmm.
I like a crisp
Ham.
grilled cheese situation, not a condensating You guys know what I'm talking about.
One time, Skylar and I were staying at a hotel, and we ordered
God.
room service for breakfast. And Skylar ordered ham that came just like a piece of ham, a breakfast ham, with like the silver lid on top, like the dish. And we like opened it, it's like ham. That's not all she had. It was just like, it was a side of ham, and
That's
it came
the
with
best
like its own
breakfast food.
It was
What
so-
are you talking about?
It was just so funny that it came like you pulled that silver lid off to like reveal your breakfast, and it was just ham. A slice
oh my
of
gosh,
ham.
I was so hungover. It was my best friend's wedding.
Oh, I love that movie.
My first and only bridesmaids experience, and my hair was like completely hairsprayed from the night before, and I was hungover, and a
Just
big
you.
ham steak has never tasted so good.
It's one of my favorite stories. Say a little prayer for you. Sorry, I'm at my best friend's wedding now. So those are the end credits to the Gene and Courtney show. Highlights, lowlights. Tell me.
Highlights for me, Courtney's dancing, but hidden highlight, Courtney's eyes closed.
Yeah. Highlight, I like this funk version of the song. I don't think we've had a funk end credits in quite some time.
It's very Bob's,
Yeah.
quintessential Bob's.
I enjoy it. It's very catchy. It makes me want to dance like they're dancing. I love a Miss Merkin appearance.
Me too.
Again, I don't know why Miss Merkin and Miss LeBons are there. If, like, in reality to the show, like, obviously sometimes these end credits are just
For funsies.
yes, but I don't know what brought them, unless they were like, hey, you guys did a great job in the morning announcements. We did a great job in the morning announcements. Let's go have lunch at your father's restaurant,
On him.
Gene. Yeah.
I think it's a peace offering. I think you're right. I think this is a coming together moment. I can totally see Gene just like walking in and be like, 4 burgers for my later friends, Papa. And he's like, Gene, like they have to pay. And he's like, nope. Already told him it was for free.
Miss LeBon's like, I'll have the I'll live, laugh, love burger, please.
Okay. Well, that was the funniest thing I've heard today. Thank you.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. Should we score these?
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh, sorry. Skylar's raising her hand.
I will say these feel more reminiscent to season 2 credits to me. Kind of just, they take the central plot, just a little something extra. So I will say that. That's, yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's I'm going to kick it to you.
Do you have to?
Yeah. I said
I'm
it.
going to
I'm gonna
score
stick to
lower
it.
than you, though, I think.
You never know.
I'll give them a 7.
You are going to score lower than me. I'm just going to go a little bit higher.
Okay.
7.5.
Okay.
They're great. I enjoy them. They're not anything that I'm like, oh, these are my favorite end credits of all time. I want to go back and watch them 50 times.
Now, will we leave this podcast, go dance and sing all day long?
Yes,
Will it
absolutely.
make the day better?
Will we dance like Gene and Courtney?
Yes.
Yes. But 7.5 seems, sorry.
7.25.
7.25 seems like a really good score for these
Yeah,
end credits, don't you think?
totally.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We would love for you to follow us on all of our social media. Bob's Credits. Sorry,
And
go ahead.
I would love y'all to consider our Patreon. It's $5 a month, and I know we give you a lot of free content and bonuses over there, but it really helps us continue to create Bob's Burgers content.
Yeah, and I know we go heavy on pitching it too.
Yeah.
But that's because we put a lot of hard work into that as well. But we do all this work over here on the main feed for free, on our socials for free, and it helps us keep
hard.
going. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good deal for both of us. It really supports us more than you know and helps us continue to create amazing content. And you get a wonderful community and extra and extra stuff. So
It's true.
consider that. If you have any questions, DM us and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
I love it. There's nothing left to say except for you probably have something you want to say to everyone before we get out of here.
Stay cheesy.
Hot ham and cheese day.
Day.
Hot ham and cheese day.